my name is Taylor and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So I'm back in another video. I've decided to take down my locks. Now I know what you're thinking. You're probably thinking like, wait, you just retouched them the other day. And that is not the case because I shot that video like 3 to 4 weeks ago. And then in the middle of editing, my baby and I caught a very bad cold. It actually turned into pneumonia for him. And I'm the type of mom like to completely shut down when my baby needs me. So I shut down everything. I stopped editing. That's why I ended up releasing it late. It's been almost 4 weeks and now I feel like I'm ready to take them down and move on to something else. I am very excited about this because I wanna see how my hair looks like if it grew or just all of the good stuff. I was never really the type to rock a hairstyle for more than 2 months. But I did this because of the whole postpartum thing so that I can be present with my baby without worrying about my hair or anything else. And now that it's 6 months, I feel like I'm ready to be up and about, do my hair, and feel like myself again. So this is why I'm taking them down. They've really served me for these 6 months. But I'm ready to move on. I'm ready to move on to the next thing. So let's get right to it. Let's do this. I like warning before we start. You'll notice me change clothes a number of times because it took me 3 days to put this video together, y'all. Now the only thing I used was a lot of conditioner, a pair of scissors and a comb. And then I divided my hair into 3 parts. Then I started undoing them from the back. So I had previously reduced the length of my locks. Not that this was necessary, but I just thought that it would make things easier. But yeah, the first thing I did was to cut down the locks. And to do this without cutting your own hair, you have to identify where your hair ends in the lock, give it a little allowance and then cut. And then I went in with my conditioner. I applied a very generous amount, by the way, and then I started combing it out. And it was at this moment that I realized that everything is not as it seems. I actually started to regret the whole thing and I wished I went to the salon because I literally had to stop after every hour to attend to the baby and it was just exhausting doing this in 3 days. So my conclusion was that this is not for the weary of heart. If you want to go to the salon to have them undone, please go. But if you're like me who literally can't trust anyone with this type of task and you have the heart and you can dedicate the time, be my guest. So as you're combing out your locks, you have to be very gentle and careful. Like me, I always have this mentality in my head. I'm always telling myself like every strand of hair on my head is valuable. So I try not to lose even that one strand. On any day, it's not just with the locks, but on any day, I'm always very careful with my hair. So now when you have this mentality, the process just naturally becomes smooth and then you need a lot of patience. Like even when the lock is giving you a hard time, you need a lot of patience to just maneuver around it and get it right. So using the sharp end of your comb, you just keep combing it out until all of the hair from the lock is out. Keep adding as much conditioner as necessary and keep detangling. Like that, my hair was out. And I applied some more conditioner and kept combing it through. Now I feel like for undoing locks, there is no one shoe fits all type of thing because it depends on how your hair was locked. But if you know how they were locked, it's easier. Because now like for me, my hair was folded in between the lock. So that made my lock thicker at the bottom and all I had to do was to fill it through until I felt the lock getting thinner. And when it got thinner, I knew that's where my hair ended. So I gave it a little allowance and then I cut it. Then I started combing it through. So for anyone else that's gonna try this at home, it depends on how your hair was locked. You can start with one lock, like you can start undoing one lock, just feel it through and kind of like open it up to see if your hair is there. If you can see your hair, give it a little allowance, cut and start combing it through. If you're enjoying the video so far, don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them on the comment section below. So feel free to ask. results definitely do show for themselves. I mean, look at this. Look at all this growth. I mean, I know I look good. Damn. I even get butterflies just looking at myself. So, the hair at the front is shorter than the one at the back, but that's what it is. I mean, this is how my hair used to look like before, and this is now. There is definitely growth, there's volume, and I just look amazing. So first things first, let me give you a little recap of my journey. I got the locks done about 6 months ago, and I was retouching them every 6 weeks by myself at home, and they've really been a lifesaver for me because I was looking for a low maintenance hairstyle to help me through the postpartum period so that I can do my motherly duties and not worry about looking good. And the locks really came through for me. Like, I cannot stress this enough. Let me start with the advantages that I've seen while I've had the locks on. And the first one is that they look good. Like, the locks genuinely look good. And this is important for me because when I had them done, I was a bit skeptical because I thought that this was one of those hairstyles that you get done and then once you start getting old, they start to look like weird or bad, you know. But they generally did look good all through, and I was always turning heads everywhere I went. Another thing I liked is that you can style them in lots of ways. Like, you cannot get bored or tired of them because there's always a style that you can have them on and they'll still look good. So that's another one. I also feel like the locks are good for people whose hair gets old or messes up fast, because if, let's say, you get your hair done every 2 weeks or 4 weeks, the locks come through for you because this hairstyle saves you a lot of trips to the salon. And by messing up fast, I mean if your hair gets messed up after every 2 weeks, this is definitely the perfect pick for you if you're tired of those trips or having to sit down every time to have your hair braided. I don't think they ever got old for me, especially if you retouch them and you take care of them properly, because even when they were looking old, if you just gave them a 1 minute touch up, they were looking as good as new. So yeah, if you're the type of person that wants to minimize your trips to the salon like me in the past 6 months, this one is perfect for you. They're also easy to care for, like they don't need too much. The only thing I did was to apply the cream every 3 days or as soon as I felt like my hair was dry or something. So that was the only thing I did really. Also, it is not time consuming. With the installation and everything, that really did take a lot of time. But when it came to retouching and stuff, it took me mostly 1 hour every time I did it. So yeah, if you're one of those people who don't like to sit for too long to have your hair done or to look beautiful, this is really the perfect hairstyle for you. And lastly, I don't know how to explain this, but I'm the type of person that likes to have my hair tucked away, mostly if it's braids or cornrows. But with the locks, I felt like I could have them out anytime and not worry about it. Like, I even went to sleep with them like that. I was really comfortable with them because I knew they were versatile. And of course, not forgetting the growth and the volume. So, okay, this is kind of like in the middle because I feel like so I've had them for 6 months. If I was to do knotless braids and take care of them the same way, they normally last for about 2 months. So if I was to do the same thing, I think I would have noticed the same amount of growth and volume while taking care of my hair the same way. But if you're the type of person who wants to just tuck your hair away for a while and then you want to take them down and notice a ton of growth, this is perfect for you because my hair has really grown. I will not lie, it has grown and I like the volume. It looks healthier. So there's all that. But yeah, like it's in the middle because even if you were to do another type of hairstyle and still take care of your hair the same way, I think you would still notice growth. So moving on to the disadvantages. I've literally been holding this in, like I couldn't wait to get to this part so that I can rant about it. This hairstyle is not low maintenance in terms of finances. It's not low maintenance money wise because okay, when I got them done, I wasn't really thinking of retouching them by myself at home. My aim was to always just go to the salon to do it because I really didn't have time for that, and it was exhausting. You're still healing, you can sit down to do your own hair. Let me break it down for you. When I got them done for 10K because of their height. Now I know there's places where you can have them done for a lower amount, say even 5K for the height that I had. But personally, I'm not the type of person to just walk into any salon and be like, lock my hair, and we're literally talking about locks. So I really wanted to go to the best place I could find. I wanted somewhere with credibility where people have gone and have gotten quality services. I went to Matalo Beauty Space in Highway Mall. So now the retouch, I only went for retouch at the salon once, and it was around 2,000 plus styling. So yeah, like for 10K, that's like if you get your hair done for around 1,500 or 2,000, that's how many trips to the salon? That's like 5 trips to the salon. And then for the retouch every month, because they say every 4 to 6 weeks. Okay, the same 2,000, let's say if you're a person that does your hair for around, unless now if you're doing your hair for more than 2K. But if you're doing your hair for 2K and every 6 weeks you go to the salon to retouch, that's the same amount if you were to change your hairstyle. So another disadvantage or another thing that makes it less desirable is that if you see something that you like and you're like, wow, I want to do this, but you can't because you have your locks on and you paid so much money for them, so you can't afford to just take them down anytime you feel like it. And it's also overdone. I think almost everyone has them. So if you're one of those girls that like to have unique hairstyles or look different, this is really not for you, because right now I think almost everyone has them on. And finally, I cannot wrap this up without talking about what I could have done better. There's some things that I shouldn't have done at all, or I could have done better throughout the whole experience. And the first thing is that I should have gotten shorter locks, because I got the long ones and they were really a hassle, like especially for the period that I was in. I think if I got shorter locks, I would have probably had them on longer, and I should have probably had them on longer because if I've had this much growth and results over such a short period of time, like the 6 months, if I had them on for the whole 9 months, I think I would have seen even better results. So I should have also moisturized often. I didn't really moisturize as often as I was supposed to, because sometimes I was just caught up in my day-to-day, sometimes I forgot. But yeah, you're basically supposed to moisturize every 3 days or as soon as you feel like your hair is dry. And lastly, but definitely not the least, having my locks too tight. That's what ended up with me having a fat layer of buildup in my locks. So yeah, that would have been another thing. But it's generally been a good experience. I've enjoyed having the locks on, and if you're looking for a sign, you see all this is your sign. You better go and get them locks done. Once again, see you in my next video, and thank you so much for taking your time, for stopping by to catch up and watch this video. Love you.